All right, guys, it looks like Trump called it correctly once again, and he exhibited his well-known superpower, or at least I like to call it a superpower. Trump has a superpower, and the superpower is exposing the people that hate America, the people that have never read The Art of the Deal, because Trump called it, Iran blinked, Trump said they'd cave, they caved. Tonight, Iran agreed to open the Strait of Hormuz. The bombs stop, the clock resets. 2 weeks to close a deal that the entire foreign policy establishment said was impossible. The left has been melting down. The woke Reich is melting down. Tucker Carlson, I believe, broke his vagina. I'll just leave it at that. And I really hope his gynecologist can put it back together. But the entire deep state establishment said this was impossible. And let me tell you what just happened, because the media is going to spend the next 48 hours trying to explain away why this worked. Trump drew a hard line. 8 p.m. tonight, open the strait, or we level your power grid, your bridges, everything. Now, apparently, Iran has continued to launch missiles into Israel. So that is going to be something really interesting to watch as well. But Trump just didn't give them a suggestion. He said it was a deadline. And Iran blinked. He fainted, and they blinked. They sent a 10-point peace proposal. Trump called it a workable basis. The strait reopens. The bombs stop. I believe they're going to continue shelling their facilities that would potentially be spinning up uranium. But peace talks in Islamabad, very familiar city for Obama, will be on Friday. That's the art of the deal. Live and in real time. The guy's been negotiating his entire life. Can you think of all the Teamsters unions that President Trump has had to deal with in New York City? The mob, the mafia, the Gestapo, whatever you want to call those, the Guidos, the Bambinos. He's been dealing with them forever. Oil just dropped 9% in 30 minutes. The second that this ceasefire dropped, markets said, we got a president that can speak real words, not gibberish. Gas prices, which had hit $4.14 a gallon because of this conflict, are starting to come back down. That's what results look like. Not promises, results. It's like when you go tell your kid, clean your room, and you go in there and nothing's been moved. Well, when I grew up, you got the belt, or a switch, actually. My granny got the switch. But that's what results look like. Not promises, results. Now, let's talk about what started this, which, in my opinion, is this little post by the Trumpinator today. And this post right here: a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have a complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, less radicalized minds prevail, I wish we had that in the Democrat Party. Maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? We'll find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world, 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death, will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. Now, a lot of the left people, a lot of the woke Reich, and I'll type it out so you know exactly what I'm talking about here, the woke Reich, these guys are freaking out. Trump was threatening genocide. It's a war crime. Come on, man. You guys are absolutely insane if you believe these people. It is utterly a joke. Because you know as good as I do that Donald Trump wants to do one thing and one thing only: peace deals. That's what he wants. He wants to make America rich and peaceful. But you've got people like this guy. I'll show you. You got people like this guy right here, Tucker Carlson, with a broken vajayjay. He broke it. The vajayjay is broken.
But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out which theocracy is more effective.
The goat looks real. This is AI, but the goat looks so real. And I'm sure there was a lot of people in Iran when they saw this probably turned on by this. And I don't know who did this, but bravo Zulu. That's what I got to say. Super chats rolling in. Real Savage Patriot became a member of the channel. God bless America. We always try to get 10 new memberships every day. G70 Stealth. MAGA is powerful. Yes, it is. Thank you for the super chat. And $10 dog food for the vets. For those of you that are new to the channel, I use a lot of money from my channel to help veterans get service dogs. I've started sending some guitars for vets and some Bibles. And I want to say thank you to the gentleman that sent me about 10 Bibles today. I had them in my office and I gave them to about 4 different veterans that saw them in my office. So thank you for that. It saved me from shipping them, actually. I just passed them out to some veterans that come into my office. Let's talk about what this ceasefire actually means. And get your supers in while you can. We're going to do some phone calls. I want to hear from you, the American people. I'm one of these YouTubers that is not scared of you. Because there's a lot of YouTubers, there's a lot of people that have channels that are scared to hear from their audience. They'll gladly take your super chat. They'll read it out loud and pretend like they give a shit, but they'll never give you the opportunity to talk. Now, I can't say that I see every comment because it's flying like a B-2. It's flying, but I'm going to try to get it. Somebody said 72 virgin goats. You will not find a virgin goat in Iran. You will not, because it's, I think it's a bad idea to have a virgin goat. Let's talk about what this ceasefire actually means. And that was a horrible joke, but I'm okay. Because this isn't over. This is halftime. Iran came to the table on American terms, Trump terms. They submitted the proposal. Trump didn't chase it away. They brought it to him. That sets the tone for every conversation over the next weeks. If Trump wanted genocide, he would have said, shove your peace deal inside of your favorite goat. That's what he would have said. But it sets the tone for every conversation over the next 2 weeks. The Strait of Hormuz is a bargaining chip that changes everything. When Iran closed it, the world felt it immediately. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, UAE, Qatar, 7.5 million barrels a day shut in. You know, the bubble and crude, to quote the Beverly Hillbillies, black oil, Texas tea. Or I think it was black gold, Texas tea. They said, Jed, move away from there. I know the song. Energy prices went through the roof. That leverage is now Trump's to use at the table. Pakistan is brokering this deal. And this is a strategic win when you get a third-party country involved in a neighboring way, because it's a win-win for them. They're getting a nuclear Muslim majority nation to mediate. That gives this regional credibility. Iran can't frame opening the strait as surrendering to the West. You can't do that. Let me ask you in the chat, a little poll for the chat. Not the kind of poll that Kamala Harris got elected riding or dancing on. Not the kind of poll that Pete Buttigieg likes. Dave Rubin. The guys that buy children. Not that kind of poll. Not that kind of poll. Let's do this. Do you think, let's see here, could have gotten a peace deal? Do you think Kamala could have gotten a peace deal? Because Kamala, apparently, according to Tucker Carlson and all of these other shills, would have been doing a better job right now. They would have been doing a better job. But by giving Iran the out that they are behind the negotiating, that it was their idea, it's rope-a-dope, ladies and gentlemen. That's the rope-a-dope, the art of the deal. Okay? That's what I think. Does Iran still want million to pass through? Right now, no, Mark. Ben Dykes, Kamala would still be half in the bottle. Do you think Kamala could have got this deal done? 1 for yes in the chat, 2 for no in the chat. Let me know. Ben, have you noticed our gas has no smell? Blue Rose, I'm going to say you should quit huffing gas. Quit huffing gas. And you just gave yourself away. You just gave yourself. Quit huffing gas. It's not good for you, dude. Or chick, whatever. Shim. For those of you that are members of the Discord, I put the images of the 400 text messages from my, I don't know what you're going to call the guy, stalker. I don't know what the hell you want to call the guy. Yeah, I got 400 plus text messages from this moron that wanted Chris Christie to be in charge. And how many of you think Chris Christie would have done anything except, I think Chris Christie would probably move the Nathan hot dog eating contest to Tehran. That's what I think. Stupid progressive narrative of the day is the war crime. That's what the Democrats are running with right now, is they think Trump wants to commit a war crime and all this other stuff, right? He just brokered a peace deal. We know that's not what he wants, okay? Just get over yourselves with this part because it's wrong. But Iran can't frame reopening the strait as surrendering to the West, because it's all about this hierarchy of stupidity over there. And here's the fault line that I want you to watch. Iran's statement says safe passage. Quote, via coordination with Iran's armed forces. Trump's statement says complete, immediate, safe opening, period. Those two things are not the same. That contradiction has to get resolved in the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to watch this space closely. And Iran still has the IRGC out there saying they'll close the strait again if Trump crosses any red lines. And what I think is happening right now is very similar to what's happening in America. I believe there are some people negotiating for Iran that are basically like rhino Republicans. And then you have the IRGC, which is negotiating like Democrats. So that's what you're caught in between. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Democrats are involved in this. Rokana, he looks like he could be. Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene. The Squad. You haven't seen anything from the Squad. AOC. And that's where we're at. China and Russia just vetoed the UN resolution to keep the Hormuz Strait open. This deal is real, but it's fragile. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about what we're seeing here. Okay? The stupid progressive narrative of the day is the war crime. because they're saying by Trump saying that he was going to, take warheads to foreheads and end them, that is where we're at. The irony here is so good. The irony cuts deep. Because do you remember the little guy that was in charge of all of the seditious six? Do you remember him? His name was Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly, I believe was his name. He was a pilot during the Bush and I believe the Obama administration. And he just got called out like the clown that he is.
Well, good afternoon, Emily. Thank you for having me. I want to lead with this. There is not a young man or woman out on the tip of the spear that wants any of this. War is the ultimate failure of the human condition. So just know that the United States military wants to avoid all of this, but we follow the orders of the commander-in-chief. And Emily, I got to be honest with you. Let me lead with this. The people frothing at the mouth today, clutching their pearls about alleged war crimes if the president decides to target infrastructure. And I'm going to target a fellow naval aviator. The guy's just making my skin crawl right now. Is Captain Mark Kelly. Captain Kelly flew A-6s in Desert Storm. I'm sure all of you on the panel remember shock and awe. In the first 24 to 48 to 72 hours of Desert Storm, all we targeted was infrastructure, power plants, TVs, bridges, roads. The first things you do in any air campaign is to target the infrastructure. So the president is actually doing this in reverse. He is avoided.
He just said Mark Kelly. I think you could interpret that. Mark Kelly, the seditious six moron, committed a war crime under Obama. Boy, howdy. The hypocrisy goes deep. G70 Cells, take care, Ben, brothers and sisters, be safe. I got to go for now. Let me give you this.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
A little bit of a boom shakalaka there. Thank you so much for the super chat. Super chats, memberships help me give Bibles to veterans, postage, guitars for veterans. I gave that 12-string guitar that Tommy sent me to a veteran right here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. He lives in a VA retirement home. He's missing a leg. He's in a wheelchair. Tommy, 12-string guitar went to a veteran. I'll see if it's okay if I share a photo with him of that, but he's really appreciative. You made him happy, and you probably made his roommate probably unhappy. I don't know. But we got some new strings put on it. We got it. We had a full, what do you call it? A full tune-up. I don't know what you call it. Setup on that. A setup. There we go. So that right there is very interesting when you look at old Mark Kelly. Targeted power plants, TV stations, roads in the opening hours of the war, while up until now, President Trump has avoided hitting civilian infrastructure to spare the Iranian people. Boom shakalaka. And Mark Kelly, go to hell. J-Rod, this is all a trick. The IRGC hasn't read The Art of the Deal. I don't know that they've translated it to Farsi. All this was about is to show the world how the leadership of Iran and IGRC use women and children as human shields. The IGRC will not live out 2 weeks, in my opinion. J-Rod?
How dare you?
How dare you for making a solid point? How dare you? Great point. Eunice just gave away some memberships. Boom shock. There we go.
How dare you?
How dare you get a membership to this channel? You're the best. I don't care what they say about you. So that's where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. The irony, the hypocrisy. When will someone accuse Mark Kelly of a damn war crime? I'm doing it right here. I'm doing it right here. Hold on.
Can we get Mark Kelly on the line? Mark Kelly, line 1. Mark Kelly, line 1. We would like to accuse you of a war crime. You bombed roads, power plants, and infrastructure as a naval aviator while serving under Obama. Please report to the principal's office for a spanking.
Because nothing will happen. But you're seeing the double standard, aren't you? You're seeing the double standard, right? That's the way it is. Good evening, Brother Ben and chat. Memphis Conservative. Memphis, I've got the envelope with the $2 bill sitting on my desk to send to you. God bless you. Gifted 5 memberships. Troll Under the Bridge. Mike ACG. Mike, thank you so much for doing some of the research that you do offline. It's really important. I got this letter. I get one about every week and a half from a psycho. And it's all packaged up. It's like basically a damn shit, I don't know. It's like Russell Crowe from The Beautiful Mind is basically what it is. And the guy's a nutcase. I mean, he's nuttier than a squirrel turd. He really is. And I'll probably share that a bit later. I'll share it with some of the people in the chat. Okay. Or in the Discord, because there might be some personal information. DeBaston 7158 became a YouTube member. Thank you, DeBaston. Oh, I don't want to flush you. I wanted to give you the how dare you? Thank you very much. How dare you support the channel? How dare you support my efforts here to get good news out? Because there's so many people that are just putting nothing but trash out. All they want to do is trash Trump. And I believe this was never more evident. I got to play this clip first. This is so good. This is a slobber knocker is what I'd like to call it. This is a slobber knocker right here. I don't even really know if I really care about seeing this lady. Oh, all right, there we go. She's better looking than I am, so we'll get her up there. All right, let's go right here. This is Dadgummit.
President Obama bombed 8 countries without congressional approval. So I think it's a little disingenuous for the Democrats to start saying this is unprecedented. And you've got the most evil regime outside of probably the Chinese in the whole world right now. And they've killed Americans within recent memory. So is this a revenge tour? Maybe a little bit, but you poke the bear, you get it. Or you poke the bull, you get the horns. And the horns.
If you poke a bear, what do you get? Killed? What happens if you poke a bear?
Right now are Donald J. Trump, and he's letting an enemy of this country know how we feel about them.
I want to.
There we go. Obama bombed how many countries? Obama bombed 8 countries without the approval of Nancy Pelosi. Trent, thank you. Why is YouTube now censoring super chats? Well, if you try to send pictures of your feet or wiener, it's not going to go through, Trent. God bless you. Thank you for the super. You're the best. I don't care what your liberal neighbor says about you. Nuclear submarine propulsion explained. You like that? Hot rock. Boiling water. Spinny. Electrical propeller. That's submarine nuclear power at its finest. That's the easiest way to explain submarine nuclear power in one t-shirt. I'm going to get these printed and sell them on my Spring store. So there you go. And if one of my moderators could share that Spring store link, I'd really appreciate it. But we're starting to recognize the double standards. And you and I both know that if the Democrat Party didn't have double standards, they would have no standards. And I would love to get your opinion just on that very question. Right now in the chat, in the poll, do you think Kamala could have gotten a peace deal? 5% of you are literally turds. For the 5% of you that think that Kamala could have gotten a deal done, oh gosh, I think we already got one. We always get one. Dirk Diggler, troll. All right, let's get rid of Dirk. Let's get rid of Dirk Diggler. Dirk, goodbye. Goodbye, Dirk. Let's send you back down in the bottom with the wrinkle necks. Kamala's better than Trump. Patriot to you? Oh, wow. Okay. Man, you know what? I'm going to let the trolls get in here and rage. They have no life. Their parents hate them. They have no girlfriends. They have no friends. That's just the way it is. We know it. Okay. Let me go here. But how many of you think that Trump has committed a war crime? Anybody? Tehran always chickens out. Yeah. Daddy, you're my enemy. Oh, gosh. That's disgusting to even say that. Thank you, Ben. God bless the USA. How many of you think Trump has committed a war crime? Because I had a conversation with a moron today that thought that. I feel dumber. Never argue with idiots. They will always drag you to their level and beat you with years of experience. But I will say this. How stupid does Iran feel that Trump was with an Easter bunny calling them out?
And I don't think it gets much more hostile than Iran. They're capable fighters. They're very tough people. And there are others like that. You don't mind when the enemy is weak, but that enemy is strong. Not so strong like they were about a month ago. I can tell you, in fact, right now, they're not too strong at all, in my opinion, but we're soon going to find out, aren't we?
Trump just made them bend the knee with the Easter bunny. With the freaking Easter bunny. And the same people that are saying Trump committed a war crime are not saying a damn word about all of the equipment that was left in Afghanistan, are they? And I always have to show this because it just chaps my butt. This really chaps my butt, but it's a friendly reminder of what the Biden administration and the Obama administration could do. This is what they could do. I can't listen to that. Iraqi or Iranian or Afghanistan Milli Vanilli is not my jam. Not my jam. Okay. Oh, we got another one here. We got another troll. Dadgummit. We got a lot, don't we? There's almost 4,000 people watching tonight. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm glad that you guys are sharing your time. And trolls, I'm glad mommy gave you some TV time before you have to go to bed. And she'll probably change your diaper for you. You know, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. But you look at all that equipment rolling down the road there. That's Obama, guys. That's Biden. That's Obama. That's Kamala. That's who that is that did this. And there's no way to change. You can't go back and change what happened. We can't. It's just the way it is. That's just what they did. That's what they do. I'm going to tell you right now, oil prices are coming down. I've just looked. I think it's down about 9% start of the show just because of that. The markets are already correcting. I myself have started, putting a little scratch back. And I've started doing some investing. I've started doing some investing with Birch Gold, channel sponsor here on the channel. And I'll say this, when the dollar's convertibility into gold ended in I think it was 1971 when they got away from the gold standard. Gold was fixed at like $35 an ounce. You fast forward to today, the US dollar has lost over 85% of its purchasing power. Gold has increased in value by over 12,000%. It's up $116 today. Silver's up $3.30 a day. And that's why all these banks are buying gold at record levels. That's why major firms like Vanguard and the whole other laundry list are holding significant positions in gold. That's why I encourage you to give them a call, and you can just text them. You can text my last name to 989898. I'll put the link in the chat because I recommend right now you take advantage of it. and get involved. Convert your IRA, convert your 401k to gold. You can get physical gold. They deliver it to you securely. Okay. And that's who I use. Birch Gold. Give them a call. Tell them Ben Dykes sent you, because the dollar needs help. And I think owning gold will do it. That's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. You need to pat them down the same way that TSA gets a little friendly with your junk. Pat them down. They speak English. There's no pressing one for English. Okay. Trump is your POTUS. Damn right. Yeah, forget the who's the troll in here? We'll find them. They always show their head. But that's what I would recommend you do. Get involved, buy some gold. And thank you for supporting the sponsor. Let's talk a little bit about this, how good old Obama dealt with things, right? Because Obama, and more importantly, I just want to talk about what the media won't talk about. Because the Obama situation, I believe, is exactly how we're in this situation. I believe this is how we got into this situation. And I believe this $400 million in one plane, and then another 1.2 billion, and then another 5 billion sent to Iran got us to where we're at right now. Because Obama did something the media refuses to say out loud. Well, let's go back to the last time America made a deal with Iran, because context matters here. Obama went to Iran with a checkbook, your checkbook, literally. Pallets of cash, billions of dollars. The amount of money he gave Iran, we could have built another submarine like the USS Los Angeles right here, 688. But no, he flew it in on cargo planes in the middle of the damn night. And what did America get for it? Iran's promise not to build nukes. A pinky swear. A pinky swear with Barry. From a regime that was chanting death to America before the ink dried. That was the Obama doctrine. Pay them, hope they behave, call it diplomacy. Now look at what's happening tonight. Trump says, you continue your games, you can go meet your 72 goats. Trump didn't write a check. He provided a target list. He bombed their nuclear strikes, their nuclear sites. This morning, he struck Karg Island, the beating heart of Iran's oil exports. He put a clock on the wall and said, open the strait or lose your entire grid by 8 p.m. Iran's on their knees, same way they get there and listen to the music, sending a 10-point peace proposal, begging Trump to please stop. It's like the Democrats. Like, if you had a doll and you're like, show me where Trump touched you on the doll. That's kind of the way Democrats are working right now. Tell me where Trump touched you. Did Congress approve of the cash being sent? That is the $7 billion question there, Star Child. Obama begged Iran not to build the bomb and paid them billions for the privilege. Trump blew up the program, and now Iran is begging him to stop. Stop, daddy. Stop, daddy. One man bought a promise. The other man produced results. And I would love to know in the chat, who negotiated better with Iran? You could put a T for Trump or an O for Obama or a B for Biden. I'd like to know who you think has done the best negotiating. I'm seeing a lot of T's. Let's do this. Is there anyone who would take back? If you could get a different president in office right now, other than Trump, who would you want in the office right now? Would you like him back? Hold on. Would you like this guy back? Would you like this guy back or this one? Would you take any of those four back? Obama, Bush, Clinton, Biden. Let me know. And if you don't want anybody else, just type in the chat, or you could type T for Trump. Somebody said Rubio. Well, Rubio's never been a president. The potential is there. I believe Rubio is being groomed to do that. FB, thank you for the super chat. You couldn't pay me to poke one of the View ladies. That's disgusting. I'm not scared of Iran, but that bunny will haunt my dreams. I think you're right. Jim Daniels, new member. Mary One Boss, new member. Let me go ahead and give the new members.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you? And if you become a new member on the channel, I'm going to show you exactly where to go to get into the private chat with all the other patriots. Okay. I'm going to show you right here where to go. There's a link, and I will put it in the community post page right now. You go to, well, I'll have to do it over on this one. I'll have to do it over here. We'll put it in the community post, and I'll show you exactly where to go so that you can get in there with all the other patriots. It is right. Wait, where's it at? Right here. You go to the community post page. Okay. And I'm going to put join private chat, and I'm going to put the link there. It's for all members, and the link is there. You go join that and just get in and chat with everybody. I put polls in there. I do a lot of members only stuff for that. It's 10 cents a day. It's $3 a month is what it costs to help out with the stuff that I try to do. But I'd love to get your take on what you think is going to happen next. I'd love to get your take on what you think Trump has done so far. Are you satisfied with what Trump has done so far? There's a lot of people that will never be satisfied. I mean, literally, there are people that will never be satisfied. And I'll show you one right here. Tim Pool, I think his beanie's on too tight. I think the alopecia has affected his brain. That's what I think. I like Tim Pool on certain things, but I think on others, he's crazy as a three-peckered goat. But what are your thoughts about this? The Tim Pool situation, the Tucker Carlson situation, the Marjorie Taylor Greens. What do you think that they are going to do now that, I hate to say daddy's home, but daddy's home, right? It's a weird dynamic we got going on. Tucker Carlson just made the case that Trump is the Antichrist, the guy that said he slept with a demon, right? I mean, that's literally what the guy said. So I don't know what your thoughts are about Tucker Carlson. I used to be sponsored by a product or a company that he runs. It's called ALP, and used to sponsor my channel. And I just couldn't be a part of it anymore. I can't be a part of anyone that hates America. I can't be a part of anyone that doesn't, I just can't be a part of any anti-American crap. And I refuse to. All right. It's just my thoughts. Here's Trump talking about Tucker here. You can hear some of the audio.
The message in our Bible, which is you are not God. And only if you think you are do you talk this way. But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out.
I am at the point right now where I don't care what Tucker Carlson says. I just don't care what Tucker Carlson says at this point in time, because I think he's lost his way. I think he has, I think he's lost all credibility. And in the space that Tucker Carlson operates in, that's all that matters. I think people like General Flynn have lost their credibility. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene has lost her credibility. I want you to listen to this.
That decision was his presidency. You understand if one person would have died,
Yes.
what this news cycle would have been. If one of those pilots didn't get over there, they'd be screaming war crimes, they'd be screaming all this. And today he did the thing that this is, and I knew he did, they knew it was his win because all they could talk about was his language.
Yes.
Did you hear what he said? I right heard what he said. And I'll tell you why. See, the thing, and I think it's like it was so uncouth and that's not traditional and presidential. See, the thing about me is that I've noticed people who cuss are telling it straight.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a president that speaks the same
shit
language that I do. So I know when he's telling the truth and when he's keeping it real, opposed to the eloquent lines that we get all the time. And I'm going to quote the president. I think he said about 4 times today, which is,
yeah.
But to me, that he was willing to put his entire career, his own team were like, the risk isn't worth, it's too big of a risk. And he went with his gut. And that, as leadership, I've said it a long time. That's the difference between being great is you do things for the people, regardless of what it does for you politically. And that's a perfect example of it.
Yeah. And
I think he's right there. I think he's absolutely right. Apparently, this is coming in. Hold on. Hold up. New shit's come to light, folks. Apparently. Okay, hold on. Wow. Okay, hold up just a second here. This is interesting. Trump is about to... Holy crap. This is getting really spicy. Official statement of Iran. On behalf of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I express the gratitude, appreciation for my dear brothers. Let me move that so y'all can see this. In response to the brotherly request of PM Sharif in his tweet and considering the request by the U.S. for negotiations, 15-point proposal, as well as announcement by POTUS about acceptance of the general framework of Iran's 10-point proposal, I hereby declare on behalf for Iran's Supreme National Security Council, if attacks against Iran are halted, our powerful armed forces will cease their defensive operations for a period of 2 weeks. This is coming directly out of Tehran. The safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz will be possible via coordination with Iran's armed forces, with due consideration of technical limitations, and then all of his titles. Now, here's the interesting part. Look at this. Trump, the alleged statement put out by CNN World News is a fraud. As CNN well knows, the false statement was linked to a fake news site from Nigeria, and we all have an uncle in Nigeria or a cousin. And of course, immediately picked up by CNN, blared out as legitimate. The official statement by Iran was just released and posted on Truth below. Authorities are looking to determine whether or not a crime was committed on the issuance of a fake CNN statement, or was it a sick, rogue Joe Kent type player? CNN is being ordered to immediately withdraw the statement with a full apologies. As usual, terrible reporting. Results of the investigation will be announced in the near future. President DJT. At what point does CNN just get nuked? They're an enemy of the damn people. If there's any trolls in the chat, please post their names and I'm going to ban them. I'm tired of the trolls. We got 3,500 people watching. Thank you so much. At what point do we just realize that what do you want to call it? CNN's an enemy of the people. Let's hear. Now, apparently, Israel is upset. I hate to say it, but I don't care if Israel's upset. I don't care if Israel's upset. I want peace.
Well, the Israelis, for what they know so far, with the details in this 2-week delay in the war, they're not too happy with the details. But they say it's President Trump's decision to make. The Iranian response was to fire another missile at Israel. It wasn't 5 minutes from the time that Truth Social post went up that our phones lit up with another incoming missile. This missile was intercepted over Jerusalem. The shrapnel came down. We've got no word of any injuries. It should be noted that word had gone out through the IDF that we should anticipate a lot of missile fire tonight, and they have not taken that down yet. So that's a situation right now. Sometimes we see here in the Middle East that they will fire one just to be defiant at the end, but it's also possible that word hadn't gotten out to the rocket crew. Laura?
So Israel's upset. CNN's lying. Everything seems normal. Why would you want peace when we're winning? It's not that I want peace, because I do want peace. I want Iran to cave. I want them to cave. I don't want innocent people to die. That's what I want. I don't want innocent people to die. I'm not a simp. I don't want anyone to die. Kev the Tech, Jonathan something, you're a troll. There we go. Let me see if I can find this dipstick. We got a lot of dipsticks in here. I know. It's hard for me to catch them because they're so fast and slippery and disgusting. They're all disgusting. I don't think the president, this should show you that the president doesn't work for what do you call it? Grim. I'm not a troll. I'm just not brainwashed by Trump. Sounds like you're brainwashed by CNN. That's kind of where I'm at. And I'm so glad to see the president calling out CNN to their damn face. That's what I'm happy to see. Tucker Carlson guest calls Christianity the core of socialism. I don't know if you've seen that. That's disgusting. I don't think anything to do with Christianity is socialist at all. No, not. I'm not playing that game where we think that CNN is the voice of truth. Not at all. Let's see here. One of my mods put this Patriot moron in the timeout. Put the Patriot moron in the timeout. That's what I gotta say. Let's go here. I want to do this. Oh boy. Johnny Ballgame's crying. I love it. Thank you very much, Johnny, for crying. He says, "Can you allow my chat messages to be seen so I can defend myself against personal attacks?" No. Johnny, it's not your constitutional right in here. You don't have any rights in here, Johnny. You proved you're a waffle maker. You make waffles. Disgusting waffles. Romans, can Iran be trusted? No, they cannot be trusted. That is absolutely not what we can do. We cannot trust them. I'm going to take some calls tonight. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. I'm not scared to talk to any trolls. Johnny, you're a bad, bad boy. Yeah, if you don't like Johnny, or if you think Johnny's crazy, type a 1 in the chat. Let's go troll under the bridge. What do you got, troll? Kick us off.
The east of you are really pissed off and oil-starved China. The only
Yeah.
out you got is to the north of you, and that's the Caspian Sea. So you better know how to swim for a very long time.
Troll, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Bye.
There we go. Let me go here real quick. Nope. There we go. Let's go here real quick. Let's go right there. Let's go right here. Okay. All right, there we go. I think we had a misconnect there. All right, there we go. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Let's get the calls coming. What you got?
Hey, Ben, this is John from Jawbone Outdoors. Just became a member.
Okay.
From New Brockton, Alabama. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, brother. Roll Tide.
Hey, I don't know. The one thing I got with this is Truman dropped atom bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and they didn't bring up war crimes with him. So why should they bring up war crimes with Trump wanting to defend our country? I mean, my God, for 47 years, it was death to America. And how many thousands of Americans' lives have been lost with the effect of Iran and their terrorist
I see where you're going.
killing us.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going. And there's one reason and one reason only, because it's Trump. And that's why. And Chantel pointed out, it's because it's Trump. They hate anything about the guy. Thank you for the call. That's exactly why. It's because it's Trump. That's why. If it was anybody else, it would be A-okay. They would probably give him a damn peace prize. Mark, the last time you called, you were negative as hell. I get tired of the negativity.
And I'm in a good mood tonight, Ben. Finally, I'm happy as hell. I knew Trump was trolling him all day long. It's just the order of the deal. That's what it is. Everybody was all black pilling and this and that and this and that. I knew it was going to come down to this. It's just the way he negotiates. Yeah. I'm in a good mood, fantastic mood. I'm happy as hell. I'm glad nobody got hurt. And it's just the Iranians put those kids around those plants. All they are is suicide bombers in the future. That's all. But I'm so glad we saved some people tonight. That's all.
Thank you very much for the call, Mark.
I'm very happy tonight.
God bless you. Great call, Mark. Great call. It's good to see some people that are like, they figured it out. Line 2, go right ahead.
Hey, Ben, this is Chris. Man, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind because it's been in my crawl for the last few days. You talked about it some, but whoever leaked the thing about our pilot and whoever reported that leak should be hanged on the public square and left there until the buzzards pick their bones clean.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
It's treason, and it put a whole lot more lives in danger, and something has got to be done to make an example. And it's got to be done.
I firmly believe that it was someone that was just recently in the administration and left and still had some ties to some people in there. That's what I think.
Probably correct. You're probably correct.
That's what I think.
It's just been in my crawl ever since it happened. And when they find them, I don't think it's a question of if. I think it's a question of when.
Well, thank you for calling, Chris.
All right. Bye-bye.
God bless you. Line 2, go right ahead. I try to give everybody about a minute. I got a little timer here. What do you got? Line 2, turn the audio down in the background. I won't put up with that. I'll hang up on you. Yeah, there you go. Line 2, go right ahead.
What's up, my man Ben? I've seen you at Super Chat earlier about that being a trick and everything, you know.
Let me see it if I see this. Man, they're flying. So
It was a Super Chat earlier. I was talking about it was a trick about our RGC and everything.
oh, J-Rod, I read that out. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a trick by the IRGC. I agree, sir.
Check out how easy it is to be to fly over a daggum plane and drop out about 200 parachutes with some fake dummies on it about 10, 15, 20 miles from IRGC, wherever they're located.
You're right. You are exactly right. Thank you for calling, J-Rod. God bless you.
There they are. There they are. Let's go get them. And then that's how you get them away from the civilians.
Hey, in World War II, they had blow-up tanks. They had like inflatable tanks they used. God bless you. Line 3, what do you got?
Oh, sorry about that. I just wanted you to know that my neighbor is a Vietnam veteran, and I just turned him on to your show. You're so right about a lot of things. I just want to tell you, I appreciate you so very much.
Where do you
man.
live
Thank
at?
you very
Where do you live at?
we live in Las Vegas. I am actually from Nashville, Tennessee. I used to live off of Gallatin Road there.
Would you do me a favor? Text message
sir.
the show. Text message the
Okay.
show. Send me your neighbor's address and name. I'd like to send him one of these veteran large print Bibles. Is that all right?
Oh, yeah, sure would. Yeah.
Or you
I
can
really
send
would,
me yours and I'll send it to you. God bless you. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. God
Okay,
bless
hey,
you. Let's go line 4. What do you got?
Hey, Ben, this is Gary from
Okay.
Front Royal, Virginia.
Gary, you got to turn the audio down in the background. I don't want to turn into an asshole tonight, but I'm really good at it about hanging up on people.
Dude, I thought I had it turned down before I called you, actually.
What do you got?
Hey, where in the term of unconditional surrender does it include negotiate with these people?
So you don't want negotiations?
I mean, we've negotiated with them 47 freaking years. Where has it gotten us?
Okay. Well, so what would you like to see happen? What would you like to see happen? If I said, Gary, you are in charge for 24 hours, what would you do, Gary?
Well, my thing is, if you say you're going to do
No.
something...
What would you do? Would you drop a nuclear weapon on Iran right now?
I wouldn't drop a nuclear weapon on them. I would finish what I said I was going to do.
So you
If I
don't
told
think
them that this
negotiating and getting the strait open and getting them to turn over uranium is a win?
But they're not going to negotiate, man. It's been 47 years.
Okay, so if they're not going to negotiate, your answer is drop a nuke.
No, I'm not saying drop a nuke.
Well, what are you saying then?
Finish, I'm saying finish them.
So you're too. So here's what that tells me. Here's what that tells me. You're saying finish them, but you don't have the balls to say I want them to drop a nuke. You're trying to. This is mealy mouthed, Gary.
If they think I'm not, because I'm a very firm supporter of Trump. I can tell you that.
But you're saying finish them, but you won't have the guts to say on this phone call drop a nuke, because that's the ultimate finish.
Let me ask you a question. How many years have we been fighting the same people?
A long time.
Years.
Okay.
How many times have we got to where we were almost there and then we stopped, and then 5 or 10 years we're back there?
Do you think killing innocent people is the answer?
No, I'm not saying.
There you go.
I mean,
you would kill innocent people. You would kill innocent people.
But that's war, Ben.
So killing innocent people is okay. You're okay with killing. Have you ever been to war? Have you ever served in the military?
Yes, sir.
Did you go to combat?
Sniper for the military.
You were a sniper. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Dude, I'm telling you. I mean, my thing is, I'm just concerned that if we keep playing this game where we tell them we're going to do something and then we back off of it.
Do you want to kill innocent people?
Not really, no.
Did you kill innocent people when you were a sniper?
No.
Well, then why do you want innocent people to die now? God bless you, Gary. If we can do this at a table, let's do it at a table. Line 2, go.
Hi.
Go right ahead.
Hey, this is a slow talking Texan again. How you doing, Ben? Terrific job. I've been getting my news in bits and pieces. I just tuned into your broadcast. I think Trump is even wiser than I knew possible, but I have a question and it makes me a little bit nervous. I don't know if you have any information on it. regarding this agreement they're negotiating, is the uranium up for grabs? Can we take it away from them? Do you know if that's
I
part of the
believe that's
negotiation?
going to be on the table. Some people are saying that's not what he was saying. Geez. I believe the previous caller, whenever he said finish them, it seems like you're either all or nothing. I would rather have a negotiation, shut down everything, put some guardrails in place. That's what I want. I don't want to kill people. I don't want innocent people dying. I don't want that.
Right. No, neither do I. I'm all for peace, but hopefully we were able to walk away with that uranium. You know, when you get your dog fixed, you take both of them off.
Sure.
And I think that will be peace of mind that this negotiation will work, because honestly, Ben, I don't trust these people. They have violated so many agreements, ceasefires. So I'm a little iffy. I'm glad that we're attempting to do this. I trust Trump with a hand. It's his game of poker, and I know he's on the next level. So
that's
I
where
have
I'm
confidence.
at, because we
And
don't
I'm just
have the
gonna-
intelligence that the president does. Let me grab these other ones. God bless you. Line 2, go right ahead. Line 2, go.
Hey, I just wanted to say I trust everything that Trump does, but I just hope he keeps his finger on the trigger, because the Iranian people can't be trusted. You know, they've been raised this way their whole lives, so they can't be trusted. But I know that he knows what he's doing, and I trust him in that.
I think that this is what I really believe is Trump is trying to get NATO more involved so that we can be less involved. That's what I think his ultimate goal is. And I just don't know how we do it. The previous caller, Gary, said finish them. When you say finish them, what does that mean to you whenever somebody says finish them? It means like, to me, it comes across as kill them, right? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts if somebody said finish them?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Iranian regime needs to be finished for sure, but the Iranian people need a right to try to rise up themselves and take over that government on their own without our assistance.
We know the Iranian regime will kill their own people. We know that. They've killed 40,000 over this last year, right?
That's true.
I don't want innocent people to die. I believe if we bomb anything, we bomb strategic targets the way that we have been doing. We shut down that. That's what I think. And I think those strategic strikes could continue. I don't believe that Trump is going to suddenly turn off all military operations because Iran comes out with a strongly worded letter. I don't believe that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think we'll keep our ships parked over there, and I believe we're going to be ready at a moment's notice. So I'm
God bless you. Thank you for your call.
God.
There we go. Line 2, airborne.
Hey, brother, that individual that just said he would finish him, I very seriously doubt ever served in the military and put his life on the line and been in that type of situation. Of course, you're going to negotiate with, if someone says, hey, I'll stop shooting at you, you stop shooting at me, let's sit down and talk this out. I think we've done enough damage. That's the route you go. It's when they don't want to sit down with you, or they tell you your ideas are stupid and they refuse to capitulate. That's when we got a problem.
So I put a poll in the chat. Do you want to keep bombing Iran? 70% of people in the chat say yes. 30% say no. I think we take out more of their strategic facilities, strategic operations, their missile facilities, their uranium enrichment, hell, I take out their nuclear reactors just to say that we got them. But I don't know if just glassing the place is the damn answer. I don't know if that's the answer.
I joked about, turning it into a glass factory. You have to kind of take that as a joke, because nobody in their right mind would do that, except for last resort. Resort. But
well, thank you for calling, Airborne. I appreciate you, brother.
Brother.
Take care. Bobby, Tennessee.
Hey, man, listen, the CNN piece that they put out, that came from the IRGC. That's from the mullahs. They're pushing propaganda for them to make us think that was their deal. They're in charge. And point 2, I give it 72 hours. It's just like every Hamas ceasefire. They couldn't last more than 48 hours.
You know, that very well could be part of this. Just could be Trump saying, yeah, we'll negotiate, just to expose them for what they are not capable of doing. Line 4, what do you got?
Hey, Ben. This is Ryan from Pennsylvania.
Hey, how you doing, Ryan? What's going on?
I'm doing all right, man. I was listening in on the conversation, and that guy that said finish him, I think what he meant by that and what you guys were just talking about was toppling the regime.
Okay.
Putting the former, I can't remember his title there. He was exiled.
The Ayatollah?
Not the one they killed off. The guy that was exiled.
Ahmadinejad.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Like they were saying about not putting him in power, but establishing a democracy there and pretty much toppling the whole entire regime. I think
know
that's
what?
he was talking about.
If Gary meant finishing the regime, I 1,000% agree. If he meant that, if he meant finishing the regime, finishing the government, finishing the leadership, I 1,000% agree with that. But I don't know how you separate the regime when they're telling young people and women and children to go blockade the road. They are telling people to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword.
I don't know how you do that. And if somebody in the chat is smarter than me, you tell me how we do it. God bless you, brother. I appreciate the call. There we go. Tell me how we do that. Someone said in the chat, this could have been another move by Trump just to get them to violate the ceasefire. I can't say you're wrong with that. Paul, Colorado.
Hey, Ben, God bless America, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Hey, man, you know how I was thinking the other day where we just didn't know what kind of weaponry would be used on this strike. And seeing what Iran did today by having all their women and children surrounding the plants and the bridges, and we weren't going to stop, I have no doubt. I guarantee you, we weren't going to go drop one bomb. We were going to shut them down through cyber or something like that. They would have had no defense and all that shit. And I know that Iran knew that we had the capability to do that. Maybe got tipped off a little bit, and it was just like trying to make a show of face. Like, look, you know, go ahead and put America on blast, and then Trump will back down, and we can claim victory. But anybody that has a living brain cell knows that we just showed our strength through peace. And I'm just ready for a new world, man. And we're living in revolution, the fourth turning, whatever they want to call it. And you don't know that you're in history while you're making it. But, you know, there's no doubt that this is going to go down in history, folks, for hundreds of years.
Here we go. Let me give you a little bit of good news. 80% of people in the chat right now do not want to nuke Iran. God bless you. Thank you for calling, Paul. Line 2, go right ahead. Line 2 is on fire.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I just want to tell everybody, can you guys please push pause and then push send on the phone? I've been calling in. Listen, I watched Trump get shot in the ear when you're a veteran biker, and you've been taking calls from these people. Can you guys please push pause, then push send on your phone, and if it says that you can't get there, then push play again, and then push send again, but push pause again. It's so disrespectful. I'm sorry.
Some people in the chat said that I took only calls from members. That's a lie. Anyone that wants to call could call. I have a little automated call system. It's all random, right?
No, it absolutely is. I've been calling for a long time. I've been a member. I've been not a member. I'm now a member.
I don't care who
It
calls.
doesn't matter. No, you don't. And it's bullshit. Like, dude, push pause on your freaking TV before you push send. It's like, it's disrespectful for you because you served and you have, because this is disrespectful because then everybody else has to hear it, all their bullshit in the background. It's like, come on, man. If you actually want to call in with some serious stuff, please, everybody.
Well, thank you
pause,
for calling and
then
thank
push
you for the
send.
public service announcement. God bless
Hey, God
you.
bless you, man.
You too. God bless the USA. What do you got? Line 4.
Hey, Ben, you remember Japan?
Japan? Okay, I've been there. Yeah.
Right. Japan's just like Iran. We had to nuke them twice. We firebombed them before we finally got them to quit.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all that I think Gary was saying.
I understand what Gary means now. I do. We have to finish the regime. But the thing is, the military is not in the regime change business. I'm going to leave that to Marco Rubio. That's what I'm going to leave that to. Right?
Well said.
I'm going to leave it to him. And I'll say this. You, me, and everybody watching in the chat are not privy to the intel briefings that the president has. That's what I think.
Thanks, Ben. You're great.
God bless you. Dawn, New York, go.
Hi, Dork from New York here. We have to remember that President Trump ran on peace through strength.
Yeah.
He is absolutely against watching people die.
Yeah.
And he wants to stop that. So this game of chess is being played. I think it's genius on his part. He's showing restraint. He's showing responsibility for human life in Iran. Not all the people in Iran are radicals. And those people in Iran are counting on our president.
Oh, good point.
So we can't.
Well said.
Thank you. And we can't obliterate the innocent.
God bless you. Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you, Ben.
Well said from the dork in New York. Line 2, go. Line 2.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Happier than a three-peckered goat. What about you?
Good. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hold up. Let me give it to you. First-time caller.
Amen.
Let me give you the boom shakalaka.
And boom shakalaka.
What do you got to say,
shakalaka.
What do you got to say?
I just want to say I appreciate everything you do. You give the straight shooting, everything to the good patriots out there in America. And it's a tough time now, but I know that the one thing that we could do is just take out that Kurg Island. That's 90% of what Iran sends out of there.
You
I'm
ready to
done
pay
with Europe?
You ready to pay
No.
$20 a gallon for gas?
I don't think so. I think Fortress North America is what is on the table. I'm done with Europe. They've been a paper tiger sucking off the teat of America for too many years. And all they want is to ride us for free. If we're already getting almost Alberta. They're going to vote. And there's oil there. We got oil in Venezuela.
Well, thank you
all
for
we
calling.
Need to do. Thank
I agree.
you, sir.
God bless you. Thank you for the call. Thank you for the compliment. I normally just get shit on. There we go. Should Trump bomb Kurg Island? Yes for one for yes, two for no. Let's go. Man, the phones are on fire. I can't keep up. What do we got?
How you doing, Ben? It's Jim in Middle Tennessee. How you doing?
What do you got, Jim?
I just had one little comment. Wouldn't you love to hear Rush's take on this stuff in the last 30 days?
Oh boy.
You know, I think about him quite a bit. He'd love this. Have a great
You know
week.
what? I mean, here's the one thing that I think. I believe Rush would be rolling over in his grave, seeing all of these fake MAGA flip on Trump after they made their entire careers on it. That's what I think.
Yeah, he'd be playing Yellow Balloon, wouldn't he?
He would be. He absolutely. I mean, think about it. Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene. We've got Megyn Kelly. We've got, the list, Alex Jones. They're all absolutely criminal morons. The way that they flipped.
I'd love to hear what he said about this. It'd been something.
It is a weird dynamic that Rush was right for so long. Things that he said then is still true, and Trump has not wavered in 38 years.
Yeah,
39
he was a good
years.
man.
God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's a great point. What do you think Rush would say right now? What do you guys think he would say right now? Mark Dice, Liberty Vault. I don't know. Oh, Mark Dice flipped on Trump. You're absolutely right. I am not saying at any level that Iran is good. I am not saying at any level that they should be trusted. I am not saying anything like that. What I'm saying is they need to be able to surgically remove the leadership, i.e., Maduro. That was a strategic military surgery. You know it as good as I do. And I don't know how we do that. But I will never forget what Iran has done. I will never forget that. I can't. I saw it firsthand whenever this happened. This was, I believe, 7 years ago. Let me show you. I'll show you this. This happened 7 years ago. Sorry, 10 years ago. 10 years ago. It's been that long. And this is the voice. This is the voice of the Maharaji.
And greetings, my good friends, and welcome back. Great to have you. Il Rushmo, Cutting Edge Societal Evolution. A man, a legend, a way of life. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard it. I've got the networks on here, and apparently there's a video of the capture of the American sailors and soldiers. And apparently one of the videos shows a captured soldier apologizing to Iran, to the captors, saying, sorry, it was our fault. We were where we shouldn't have been, or what have you. Now, that's all I know about it. I don't know if the soldier was under orders to say that from whoever ran the Benghazi operation. Just another way of saying the administration. Or I don't know if this is the way the military is being trained now. Enemy captures you, apologize. I have no idea. But it certainly is right in line with how Obama does business with
That happened. What you're seeing right there, that happened. And I'm going to show you one other thing that I believe is vitally important to never forget. And this happened 30 years ago at the expense of Iran. Iran did this. Let me show you this one. Right here. Iran was responsible for all of this. So I don't say you trust these SOBs. I don't say that you believe them. You trust but verify. Trust but verify.
Let's go off the record. This year, June 25th fell on a weekend, but this date, June 25th, must not go unnoticed. It's the 20th anniversary of the vicious terror attack on Khobar Towers in Saudi Arabia. Most of us may have missed the anniversary since it happened over the weekend, but I know at least 19 families were painfully aware of this anniversary. It's the date their loved ones serving us in uniform were murdered. 19 U.S. Air Force personnel died in that terrorist attack. More than 350 others were injured. And who did it? Hezbollah with a truck bomb. And they bragged about it. They were proud of it. Hezbollah is a terrorist group with a mission to destroy Israel, and frankly, if given the chance, us too. And do you know who arms Hezbollah? Where they get their money for terror? Iran. This past Friday, Hezbollah's leader boasted, as long as Iran has money, we have money. And right now, well, Iran has lots of money from that nuclear deal the U.S. just struck with Iran. But I digress. What I really want to do here and now is just to make sure those 19 families know, yes, we remember. We remember the names of these courageous men. They're on your screen right now. These 19 lives mattered. They're heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice, and we must never forget them.
June 25th.
1996.
June 25th, 1996. June 25th, 1996. It's coming up to a 30-year anniversary. And I want you to see those names right there. We had a gentleman that called in on the show that worked with these guys, that was there. Captain Christopher Adams, Captain Leland Hahn, Master Sergeant Michael Heiser, Master Sergeant Kendall Kitson, Staff Sergeant Kevin Johnson, Staff Sergeant Ronald King, Sergeant Millard Campbell, Tech Sergeant Daniel Kaforik, Tech Sergeant Patrick Finning, Tech Sergeant Than Gwynn. These are names that you can't forget. Senior Airman Earl Cottrett Jr., Senior Airman Jeremy Taylor, Airman First Class Christopher Lester, Airman First Class Brent Marthaler, Airman First Class Brian McVeigh, Airman First Class Peter J. Morgera, Airman First Class Joseph Remkus, Airman First Class Justin Wood, Airman First Class Joshua Woody. We don't forget these. When you forget these, you forget the pilot that was down. We don't forget these. We trust, but we verify. We verify. And you better not ever forget this, because that's what they want us to do. We've got people singing and calling to prayer in downtown New York City, where you know what they did to the building. You know what they did. I don't forgive the son of a bitches. Ever. The USS Cole. I don't forgive that. G-Dub, what you got? Bingo. Yeah.
Try that in Compton, see what happens.
G-Dub,
Sorry, Ben, my blood pressure's up.
G-Dub, I want to tell you this, G-Dub. The same people that support the military, when it's time to do military stuff, they don't want to do military stuff, do they?
Exactly. It's just like they kind of feel like they just have to wear it as a badge. It's like wearing a uniform for the team that you cheer for, but you're not out there taking the hits. You get what I'm saying? But when they ask you, when they toss you the ball and you're supposed to take some hits and you're supposed to run a play, all of a sudden you over there on the other side.
G-Dub,
this makes no sense.
G-Dub, do you think we should leave the NATO? Do you think that's what we need to do?
But we should have been gone. We could use that. Look! All them homeless people in New York City, they could house them in that building instead of the $7,000 a night hotel rooms that they had the illegals in.
It's kind of sad, isn't it, that we're putting all that money in, and the one time we need help, they don't come, right?
And good and well, it doesn't even have to be a military. If they have a hurricane or an earthquake or something like that, they calling on Big Brother USA to come bail them out. And we simply ask them to fly over their freaking oxygen, their air. You get what I'm saying? We didn't ask them to send anybody. Just let us use the airspace. And they say no. Screw you, bitch.
God bless you, G-Dub. God bless you. Let's go here. Line 2. Go right ahead.
Good evening, Ben. It's old Grumpy.
What do you got, Grumpy?
I've got to tell you, brother, I'm a little upset with our president as of right now.
Why are you upset?
Because we're talking about a 2-week ceasefire and negotiations. That's not going to work, my man. The only way we're going to get out of this and look halfway decent is unconditional surrender. Under no circumstances. That's the only way this ends in our favor.
What do you think would get unconditional surrender?
Well, definitely not nuclear weapons. No, we can't do that.
Okay.
But we're going to have to hit him with it. But Trump gave him a deadline tonight. We either come to the table or I'm going to flatten you out. It should have been you either surrender unconditionally or I'm going to send you back to the Stone Age.
Okay. All right. Do you think, I don't believe Iran can contain themselves, and I believe there's multiple factions operating in Iran. The same way I believe we have multiple factions happening here in the United States. We have conservatives that are pro-America. We have right-wing woke right that hate America. And we have the left that hates America. And we've got this deep state pulling strings, and it very well could be happening there. Grumpy, thank you for calling. I think Grumpy's onto something. I can see the argument for both sides. If you've got some input, you feel free to call in and let me know. Let's go line 5. What do you got? Line 5. Line 5. Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, I think we'll end up regretting this, Ben.
We'll end up what now?
Regretting this.
Regretting a negotiation?
Yeah, because I think they're going to turn around and Iran will screw this up. I think they're like the little kid that comes up and keeps punching you and punching you. And they're like, oh, I won't do that anymore. And then they'll turn around and...
So what is your answer? What is your answer?
I think we should have went in.
Went in with what? Boots on the ground?
Well, I think we should have went ahead with the bombing.
What do we bomb next?
Well, the infrastructure, the power plants. They don't have to take power plants out. They can take out the infrastructure that leads to the power plants.
Okay. God bless you. I appreciate you calling. James, Virginia. What do you got, James?
Ben, how you doing tonight? I'm kind of glad Trump got held off 2 weeks on it, because you got to remember, President Trump, he's no dummy. He wrote the book Art of the Deal.
Okay.
You know, he's kind of upset. He sent some guns and stuff over to the Kurds, and they're supposed to give it to the patriots there in Iran. I got a feeling, give him 2 more weeks, he might be able to get a few more guns in the hands of the patriots of the Iranian people. Trump is trying his best to give the Iranian people the opportunity to take their government back.
I believe
that's what he's trying to do.
It's like you can teach somebody, you can feed them or teach them to fish kind of thing. Thank you, James. God bless you. Line 3.
Hey, Ben. One thing that's bothering me looking down the road, what about all the uranium deposits that are being mined? We take the Yellow Cake, that whole mountain range full of uranium ore is still there. It just makes me wonder what we're going to do about that. That's all I had to say.
You know, I think the uranium is the most important thing, in my opinion. Or it's the most important thing that could damage us here. You put some uranium in a backpack and a dirty bomb would be disgusting. Line 4. Where you at, 4?
Hey, what's up, Wisconsin?
Wisconsin, what do you got to say?
Hey, what do we know about this deal, this 10-point deal? I've been saying it online that this 10-point plan includes the IRGC or Iran still getting $2 million a boat to go through.
I haven't seen that.
So are we still freaking letting them freaking collect funding or not?
I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. I saw
That's a good question, though.
I saw safe passage. Now you fill in the blank for that one. But you know what's amazing though? Where do you live at? Where do you live?
North of Green Bay.
North of Green Bay. So you're not in the intel briefings that the president
No, that's why I'm asking. What do you know? What have you heard about it?
I'm not in the intel briefings either.
Because
Line 3, what do you got?
Hi, Ben. Ben?
Yes.
Hi, this is Linda Goyd too. I'm from Calistoga, California.
Good morning.
Hi. The fact that the Iran has already been striking Israel and all the neighboring countries, I wonder if Trump is really waiting until the kids go home before he does what he's going to do to Iran. What do you think?
Right now, I don't know. I think, and I'll tell you this, the one good thing is we don't know, because the last administration was nothing but leaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The good thing right now is we don't know what is occurring. We don't know. Right?
Okay, because I'm watching a channel in which we're listening to the EAMs and the strikes and all the red alerts going off in Israel.
Right.
And it was like 10 minutes past the ceasefire that Trump was put out on through social.
Well,
And
thank
then
you
all
for
of a
calling.
sudden,
I'll check it out. God bless you. Let's go line 2. What do you got?
Yeah, Ben, and let me turn this off.
Yeah, please.
With all the people that Iran has, lining up around the power grid or whatever they're doing, what do you think about EDW, energy directed weapons? Could they surgically shut that stuff down without blasting all the people all around the grid?
I don't have that answer. I don't have that answer. I really don't. That's
okay.
That's out of my tax bracket. I'm not an expert on that. You would have to talk to probably Candace Owens would have that answer, I guess. I don't know, right?
Yeah, well, I guess I ain't getting the answer.
God bless you. God bless you. Let's check this out and see what is going on here. Let's see this. This is just coming across here. Let's see here. My blood pressure's over the top 5. Got it. I don't even know what that means. Okay, let's see what this says.
We're going to go over to Tel Aviv and talk to Mike again. Mike, what are we seeing there?
Well, Jesse, as anticipated, the sirens are now wailing over Tel Aviv, indicating that another missile is inbound. And it looks like those bright lights in the sky are the missiles. And it looks like you can see an interceptor that is in hot pursuit of the missiles. And it's always quite dramatic when you see those interceptors going after it. And these ones might disappear behind our building here. We're going to lose sight of them. But they're still quite lethal and coming into Tel Aviv. And I didn't see an interception in this case. Should be able to hear it in a second or so. And it's still quite lethal when there's an interception. Most of what we see out here are those cluster bombs in recent days. But when you get a conventional warhead with that powerful explosive, obviously you hope that the interceptors can get it. And the interceptors are about 90% effective, but that means 10% get through. And those conventional warheads we've seen are quite powerful. They leave great craters in the ground. Still waiting to hear the impact on this one, which should come any second. But we saw 2 lights in the sky there. And there was another flash off in the distance there. So there was quite a big explosion. So that sounded like more of a conventional warhead that got through. I can't really tell you if that was an impact or an interception because we lost sight of that one, Jesse.
Yeah, you could definitely hear that. Real quick, how long does it take for an Iranian missile to travel to Tel Aviv? What did you say?
I'd say about 10 minutes usually.
10 minutes?
By the time we about 10 minutes from when we first get the alert.
All right.
Till I'm hearing more impacts off in the distance from when we first get the alert to when the sirens start wailing.
All right. Well, maybe the remnants of the Iranian regime either didn't get the memo or they did and they don't care. So we'll obviously keep a close eye on that.
Wow. Okay. I mean, this changes a lot of stuff. This changes a lot of stuff. I believe that the president is going to probably address the nation. Look at oil prices over the last 2.5 hours. Oil prices, 2.5 hours. Look at the cost of crude. dropping. Wow. Let's see what else we can find here. This is an interesting timeline right here. Let's go see if I can find some hold up. Here we go. Let's go right here. So this is the sky over Israel right now. That's the sky over Israel right now. I'm not seeing a whole lot. I'm not seeing anything in my line of sight there. Not 2 days or 2 weeks, 2 hours. Kerry Jones. Okay. Those strikes were right after the ceasefire. Okay, gotcha. A ceasefire is a slap in the face to the USA military? Oh, gosh, that's a weird statement. Do you think it will take boots on the ground? 60% say yes, 40% say no. Their EBT cards were cut. That's funny. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. If you think I've got all the answers, man, I'm one of you guys. I get up after this and go to bed, and then I get up and go to work. I've got a real job, right? I'm not a professional on YouTube. I don't do this for hours every day. I don't get to do that. Let's see if we can find some other live stuff here to see what's going on. Breaking Trump delays this. Let's see if we can find let's see here. Oh boy. Let's go. Okay, let's see what here. Looks like we've got, let's see what we got right here. This could be interesting. See what old
call from the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. We had millions of viewers on that that tuned in for that historic broadcast, and it concluded with the President promptly inviting the astronauts to visit the Oval Office. Now,
okay, so he's talking about astronauts. I know that's important. I know that's important. But tell me they don't have Douglas McGregor on here. I can't deal with Douglas McGregor. The guy hates America. Okay, that's not Douglas McGregor, thank goodness. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's see if we can get caught up right here.
Corner of your screen, or go to livenowfox.com/connect. Either way, it'll take you to the same landing page. You're going to want to click on the.
Okay, we'll find that in a second. Let's go here. I want to see if there's any more. I don't see any rockets in the air over Israel right now. I don't see any right now. $20. Trump has a strategy. We certainly don't want to hurt innocent people. I don't believe he wants that as a legacy. Kevin 127 became a member. Thank you very much, Kevin. God bless you. I appreciate that. Let's see what we can find here. Okay. Let's go here. News. I'm looking to see if there's any updates, but I don't really find any updates. That was the clip an hour ago where they were saying that the missiles were being launched into Israel, but it seems like they've stopped. All the stuff I'm seeing right now is about an hour and a half ago. Let's see here. Let's see here. want to see if I can find a live feed of Tehran. Because that, to me, would be a real tale to tell of what's actually happened in Tehran right now. It seems like same thing. Same thing. Skies are quiet. Looks like the skies are quiet. Ceasefire includes opening the strait. You're absolutely right. You know, that's an interesting point. Let's go. Let me see if I can find this clip or find the live map of the strait to see what kind of traffic is coming in right now. Because this could be the real tale of the tape of what's actually happening right now. You see this? This is this is the straits right now. Let me open this back up with some. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of traffic there. Look at the amount of shipping traffic coming in and out of this area here. Is that a good sign? That's up to you. Where's Fred? He sleeps on my feet whenever I'm doing a live stream. That's where Fred is at. He sleeps literally on my feet while we're doing the live streams. And he has done that for years. It's like his safe spot, safe space, I guess. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got?
I think it's time to put these clowns down, man. Drop the bombs. Get it done.
Okay. Thank you for calling. Line 2. Ed, what do you got?
Hey, man, I will always tell you, my hat's off to you for serving this country. And, you know, I just got a point to make is whatever Trump does, that's why I voted my president in there for. I'm behind him because, believe me, I mean, if you want my opinion, what I would do, it would be the wrong one. That's why I'm not president.
Me either, man. Me either. Me either. I would never be the right person to be in charge. I swear too much. God bless you, Ed. I appreciate you calling. God bless you. I cuss too much. There is no way they would allow me anywhere near it. No chance. Lines are open though. 615-475-7864. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got? Line 2.
Well, for one, Ben, I just want to thank you for your service and say welcome home.
Salute. I appreciate it. I would do it again.
Yeah, I've heard a lot that a lot of veterans don't get the phrase "welcome home."
Vietnam vets don't get welcome home. That's what you tell Vietnam vets. They never got a real welcome home. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So what I was wanting to say is about the whole TDS thing.
Mhm.
I think as unhinged as what the Democratic Party is and the liberals and everything.
Mhm.
I think that it wouldn't matter who it was in office as long as they stood for truth and justice and the American way. They'd do the same thing to anyone.
You're probably not wrong on that. You're really probably not wrong on that. I don't think there's any way that you can appease the left. I don't think you can.
I think they're just so far gone. They'd do it to anybody. It just so happens to be Trump, and I'm behind him.
Yeah. Thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. Nice talking with you, sir. Let's go line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Yeah, this is Kathy from Illinois.
What's up, Kathy? How you doing?
This is my first time calling in.
Thank you for calling, Kathy. I appreciate it.
I just wanted to say that I think Trump knows what he's doing, and it's never been about regime change. He put what he was there for from the very beginning. He put that list out there, and he's done pretty much everything he said he was going to do. And he's just trying to make it so that he gets rid as much as he can so that people can take over and do what they need to do.
You know, my big thing is Trump has ended what, 7 wars, 8 wars. So why would anyone believe that he wants to start one? That's my
I don't think he does.
Thank
I
you
don't
for
think he
calling,
does.
Kath. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
There we go. Line 1. We're back at the top of the scoreboard. What do you got? Nope, you can't follow instructions. There we go. Turn the audio down. That's all you gotta do. Fred's keeping my feet warm. He always does. Let's see here. With that said, anyone could be a better president than demon rats. You're probably not wrong. Line 1. We're back at the top. What do you got?
Hi, this is Air Force Mike from Long Island again.
Good evening.
One
Good
more time, I
evening.
want to tell you I appreciate for your service, but I'm totally disappointed. I don't want to say this in a bad way, but we should have gone in there and did what we had to do. God bless everyone.
What do we
God
have
bless
to
you.
do? What do we have to do? What do we have to do?
We have to, honestly, I don't want to say this in a bad way. I don't want nobody to think in a bad way. I'm an Air Force vet. We should have gone in there and bombed it.
Just keep bombing the Capitol and all these facilities, or what do you think?
I don't want to sound like a inconsiderate person, but we have to go in there and do what we have to do.
Okay.
Sometimes things are not right and freedom is not free. We have to go in there and bomb them.
Let me ask you this, and this is a legitimate question. Do you think we see any kind of like sleeper cells activated in the next 48 hours here in the United States?
Honestly, no.
You don't think so? Okay, good.
No.
I hope not either. Thank you for calling, Mike. I appreciate you.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for your service.
You have a great day. Have a nice
Salute to the Air Force vet. If you're a veteran, put your branch of service in the chat. Let's see here. If you're a vet, put your branch of service in the chat. Let's grab some of these comments here. Astro Joe, trust the plan. Patriots are in control. Let's go line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hey, it's Alan, Louisiana, Ben.
Good evening, sir.
I think everybody's missing a certain point here because we
Fill
got
us
the
in.
master troller,
Fill
and
us in.
Trump sat there and had right now the IRGC are fighting each other because they don't know who's making the deal with Trump.
Oh,
think about that.
That is a valid point. That is a valid point. There's nobody really in charge. It's like if I asked you, Alan, tell me who's in charge of the Democrat Party. Could you answer that question?
Satan.
Hey,
come on, I had to.
Hey, who's the Prince of Persia if you read your Bible?
Prince of Persia. Oh Lord, I'd have to go back into it and look. To be honest,
The Prince
Satan.
of Persia. The Prince of Persia is very much alluded to being the devil in the Bible. And what piece of property is Iran on?
Persia.
Bingo.
Okay, you got that right.
I don't
But
want to
anyways,
go
I just wanted to
full
bring that
tinfoil
point
hat,
up.
but there you go. Right?
Yeah, but I think Trump sat there and got them fighting amongst, and they are. I was watching Tuesday before your show, Tuesday TV, and I mean, IRGC were going back and forth, man. They were shooting rockets at each other and all that because he's got that live feed from people over there.
It seems
So-
like they are fighting themselves. You know,
I think that's what Trump planned on.
you very well could be right. You very well could be right, Alan. God bless you. Thank
I
you for
like
the
paying
call.
attention to it.
God
Thank
bless
you, brother.
There we go. Thank you for the call from Alan down in Louisiana. I bet he had some boudin for dinner. Line 2, what do you got?
Ben, the
Yes,
thing
sir.
is, though, with him pulling this ceasefire, and which we know is not going to last or anything, the thing with people don't understand is we're running out of time. And if we don't get on this thing now, we're going to have to go ahead and go into War Powers Act. If we go into War Powers Act, where are we going to be with the midterms and where are we going to be with the rest of the elections?
Do you, what would be better for the midterms?
Well, I'm not even thinking about the midterms right now. I'm more worried about glowing in the dark right now.
Right, right. Yeah, I agree with that part. I can agree with that. I don't want uranium to get here with dirty bombs. And that's what I think
It's already here, though.
Yeah.
They're already here, though. People don't realize that. Those bombs have been missing for a long time now. If you don't think they're not already here, you're crazy. Because if you think about last year, they already ran all the big birds all up and down the East Coast and all throughout the United States, sniffing for them things ever since the balloons. They already know they're here. It's just a matter of fact, when is that signature going to pop up, and are we going to be fast enough to react?
I can't argue.
That's all I got.
I can't argue with you.
I know you can't. I know you can't. You rode that hot rock. You know the deal.
Yeah.
Once that signature goes up, we only got so many minutes to react to it. And you know the signature that I'm talking about. As soon as it pops up on the radar, we ain't got time. We got to get the birds in the air.
God bless you. Great points. Line 2. Heed his warning. Line 2. I can't hear you. I can't hear you with that one. And I've got my audio turned up. Call back. I couldn't hear anything with that one. Good point, caller. Caller was on point. Caller was 1,000% correct. Here we go. Trump endorsed Clayton Fuller wins special runoff election for Georgia's 14th district. That was Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat. Line 3. What do you got?
Hey, Ben, how you doing, sir?
Great. What would you like to say? Where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm calling from Arizona. I'm actually an Army vet. I'm actually a little disappointed about Trump's decision today, too, because, you know, unfortunately with these ragheads, you really have to hit them with a heavy hand. That's the only thing they understand.
They only understand intimidation and power, period.
Yes. But backing down, I think, because Trump backed away from it. Now, unfortunately, we don't know the big picture, so there may be more involved with that. But with him backing down, I just think that makes us look really weak.
Do you think this is backing down?
I think it is, a little bit. Because if you draw a line in the sand and then you pull back from what you said you were going to do, that looks bad on your part.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
And I appreciate your show. Believe me, I watch you all the time.
I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Do you think the ceasefire looks bad for Trump? I'm going to put that. So you would rather just full disclosure. You would rather continue the attacks and just not glass the place, but continue the attacks.
Okay, so one thing, I know you had a caller earlier, and I think you misconstrued a little bit what he said. I don't think he was, because you kind of brought up the word nukes. I don't ever think we should use nukes. You know, it's a shame that we even have nukes, because it's just a no-win situation for everybody. But on the second hand, you know, unfortunately, you know, being a military person, we've always been told you never win a war till boots are on the ground. Now, that's an unfortunate thing, but that's the only way we're going to get in there and end this, is we're going to have to go in with boots on the ground and clean them up.
I appreciate your call. Thank you. There we go. Check it on True Social right now. I put a poll in the chat. Is the ceasefire a loss for Trump? Let's go here. Line 4. What do you got? Line 4.
Hey, I just want to say it's a difference of night and day. You know, I'm proud to be an American. The thing with Maduro and getting our pilots back, and, you know, listening to the press conferences with Hegseth and Trump and raising Cain, and listening to J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio when they give their speeches, it's makes you proud to be an American. Puts goosebumps back on you again. Makes you proud.
It is a polar 180 opposite change from what we had. It really is. And I don't think a lot of people were prepared for it. I don't think they were prepared for Trump to do as much as he's done through this first 1,150 odd days. That's my opinion, right?
Well, God's on the throne, you know, when I live off these liberal tears, they taste awful good.
It's so odd to see Democrats freaking out over a strongly worded tweet when they are the same people dancing in the street when Charlie Kirk was murdered. God bless you. Thank you for calling. It is a double standard. Is this a ceasefire, a loss for Trump? 27% say yes. Let's go here. Line 5.
Hey, my name's Josh. I'm a veteran, U.S.
Thank
Army.
you for your service, Josh.
I think everybody needs to keep in mind as well that it's been almost 50 years that we've had nothing but conflict with Iran because of prior leadership. And it's not since Donald Trump that got into office. It's trying to change that. And yeah, you guys are right. The only thing they understand is a heavy hand. Yes. But Donald Trump's going to try and work this so that they understand that we will come from a position of strength, overwhelming strength, and then they will respect him. And then eventually, I think we will end up with a deal. But we stand to gain nothing from this. It's only Europe. They're the only ones that are going to gain from this, and China, everybody that gets oil from Iran.
Okay.
So that's just my opinion, but this is what I'm seeing. So I don't think it's a bad thing that he didn't bomb them today.
Do you think that this could also be an off-ramp to get out of NATO? Because we have Trump has a superpower, showing who hates America and show the countries that don't support us. God bless you. That's where I'm at right now. I think we realize who our allies are, and we don't have any. Line 2, go right ahead.
Good evening, Ben, retired First Sergeant 11B. Like to voice my opinion tonight, sir. About
Sir,
boots on the
thank
ground.
you for your service. I had lunch today with a friend of mine, retired First Sergeant. He was 10th, what do you call it? 10th Mountain something.
Oh, yeah, division.
Yeah.
Yes.
10th. I had lunch with him today, retired First Sergeant. Thank you for your service. I tell him a lot dirtier stuff just because we're buddies. So you go right ahead. The floor is
sir,
yours.
Well, sir, I could just say this, that when it comes push to shove, and it's making my stomach sick tonight, Ben, because it reminds me of back your women and children getting armed with weapons. And as a soldier, I have a lot of younger guys below me that, you know, they get to me, and then when they get into that situation, Ben, can you pull the trigger against a woman or a child that's maybe 10 to 12 years old, sir? And let me tell you, it's hard for me, guys, to talk right now, okay? But I'm doing my best. But I could just tell you this, under pressure, you know, I want to go home. I want to come home to my country that loves me. So I'm going to fire my weapon, and I'm going to do what the commander tells me to do. And I'm going to follow orders because I took an oath to this country to defend it. But really, when it push comes to shove, then, and we do have boots on the ground because we need it to get that uranium secured. You can't get it from the Air Force. You can't get it from the Navy. So you're going to have to get it from somewhere, sir. So yeah, I hope they can solve it without this. But if it comes down with boots on the ground, there's women and children that are armed. You know, that puts a whole twist on things, sir.
You know, I did 6 months as an individual augmentee back in 2005. And I'm no war hero. I've got a combat action ribbon. We got him some small arms fire. I'm not a special forces guy. I was a fish out of water. I was with the Brits. We had beer. So there's that. But I've got a lot of friends, and my buddy I was talking with today, he is seasoned, salty, jaded, the same way that you sound. And I believe the people that have been in real war want war the least, but also realize what it may take, if that makes sense. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir, because now I have to live the rest of my life, Ben, with seeing the eyes. And that's all I'm going to say. I've seen the eyes up close. Mm-hmm. And it's one thing, brother, that you do not want to live with the rest of your life. But I love my country, and I'll die for it today, tomorrow, and God willing, maybe the next, I'll die for my country. I love the United States, and God bless Trump too, and all the troops that are serving. And God bless you, Ben, my brother.
What part of the country you live in?
I'm in Ohio.
Ohio. Do me a favor. Will you text message this number, your address? I want to send you one of these veteran Bibles, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, I
it.
appreciate
Thank
you. You call back anytime. Okay. Thank you for your
Thank you, brother.
service. And I appreciate you sharing some damn,
It was hard. It was hard, brother, but you're a veteran, so you understand, and most of your callers are veterans.
well,
So
I
it
mean,
feels
I'm
like
a
I'm
veteran
talking.
service officer in my full-time job. Full-time job, I'm a VSO, right? I've got a
Yes, sir.
retired Army guy, a retired Army major that works with me, and I've got a female Marine. And she keeps a K-bar on her desk, right? So she doesn't F around. And
Yes, sir.
we deal with veterans on a daily basis that have problems, have issues. And it's amazing whenever you get them just in a room, vet to vet, talking to them, what we hear, you know. I've heard
Yes, sir.
stories that'll make you laugh, cry, or want to punch a wall, you know. And
Sure.
every vet has a story. They've got their own story. And one thing that bothers me a lot is seeing vets on social media shitting on each other, because we already
Yeah.
deal with so much bad stuff that we bring on ourselves
Yes, sir.
that it's
We don't need that, do we? We don't need that extra. We surely don't need that extra not from another brother or a sister that serve right next to me. Oh, and I'll leave this too. This is very important.
Sure.
Under combat situations, sir, I never look to my left or my right and ask my brother or my sister whether or not he was a Democrat or a Republican. For
Bingo.
Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Come on. Come
Yeah.
on.
That's
So
true.
I love you guys. Thank you,
God
brother.
bless you. Thank you for your call. Send me your name and address. Text message it to me. I'll send it. I've got something for you. Hell of a call. Hell of a call. What does this say? I have no idea what this is. Why haven't you checked this fuel info out? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about. Fuel info. I'm sorry. I really don't know. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Turn the audio down. You can see it right there. Let's go here. Line 5. Line 5. What do you got?
Hi, Ben. This is Lane in California.
Good evening.
Good evening. I just wanted to say I like you. I trust President Trump. And Iran cannot have a nuclear bomb. They can't be trusted. They admitted bombing their allies by accident.
Right.
They bombed some of their own crap. And we can't trust them with a nuclear bomb. But then I think about Israel, and they've been putting up with this crap for how long? And they haven't gotten rid of their nuclear capabilities.
Can I ask you a question? And you sound logical. Why or when did all of the hatred for Israel? It seems like as soon as Trump was elected, somebody turned on the "we hate the Jews" switch. Right?
Right.
Why?
I don't know, but they're right over next to these crazy lunatics. What if we were there? I wonder if some people would change the way they feel if they were where Israel is.
Yeah, I mean, if Iran was Mexico and they were doing that to us,
Yes,
right?
right. I agree.
God bless you. Thank you very much. And I'm surprised they allowed you to call out of California. I'm surprised they allowed you to call.
I'm going to get out of this state ASAP.
Hey, Trump just endorsed Steve Hilton as the next governor there, so I don't know. Right?
Well, I'm going to move anyway because my kids are in another state.
God bless you. Line 2, go. Sorry, line 1.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead. Turn the audio down in the background.
It's down, sir.
Okay, what would you like to say?
Hi, I love your show. I get a free membership, which I'm psyched. I'm from Massachusetts.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say, have you seen what's on that 10-point agreement?
I think I am looking at it right now.
Because if I may just say a quick comment, okay?
Go for it.
I voted for Trump. My cat's name is Trump. I read it. You know, it's been on other shows and stuff. And I mean, I was like, literally like, are you kidding me? Did he really agree to it? It basically says that they've won. You know, all our military bases have to leave. We need to give them back all their money that's been seized. They're going to run the waterway there with their military, and it has to be conditional. I mean,
let me ask you this question. Will they get everything they want? Because the 10 points that I'm seeing online are exactly what Unvax Chad says. They're all fake. This is all fake that's being put out. What you've probably seen is fake.
Well, the ones I did see, and perhaps I did see Trump's, you know, comment about that, but the ones that was shown on Agenda Free was an actual from, you know, it showed the Iran official. I mean, if it looks so
I haven't
real
seen any 10 points that are real. All I know right now is Trump agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. God bless you. Line 3, go right ahead. A lot of people are saying the list is fake. There we go. Go ahead.
From Indiana here.
Thank you for calling.
Just a question for everybody.
Yes,
when
ma'am.
has President Trump ever given out information on when and where he's going to do an attack?
Hold on just a second. I owe you something. You said, when has Trump ever given out information on when he was going to do anything? Not much less an attack. Let me recognize your amazingness.
Amen.
With a boom shakalaka.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Trump doesn't give this stuff away. I agree with you.
Correct.
I agree
and
with you.
I believe it's he's flushed out somebody or something.
You know, this could very well be another game of find the leaker.
Yep.
It very well could be. God bless you. Great call. She nailed it. Somebody said, Ben, you're amazing. Mike, you don't know me. I'm a horrible human being. I am a horrible human being. But I did give 3 Bibles to a lady at the post office today. I went and picked up my box, and there were 10 Bibles. Somebody had sent me 10 Bibles. The lady at the desk, I'll finish the story after the call. Line 6, what do you got?
Control maneuvering the engine room is secured from battle stations missile and general emergency.
You know what? I want to say I'm a sonar guy, so I was up there in the shack, right? I was in the shack, and I hated one thing and one thing only: going in the engine room. And I will say this: my last patrol on the USS Nebraska, because that was the last Trident I served on. My last patrol was a little over 70 something days. I did not go in the engine room one time for the entire patrol. And we were host team number 2. We were host team 2.
Must have been a TRE run.
It was a TRE run. It was. But I didn't go back there one time, and I was so proud of myself. Like, if there was something that came up, you know, like to deploy the towed array, to deploy the, you know, I was like, always like, I would go up into the shack and relieve whoever was on. And I'm like, you get your ass back there. And they're like, what are you doing? I didn't say anything, because then I knew that they would try to make me go back there. And the last day of the patrol, I was like, this is the guy that, you know, has got 2 thumbs and didn't go in the engine room. This guy right here, that guy.
Well, our madman pulled off another miracle. I can't believe it. I'm optimistic, but I'm cautious. I'm very cautious, because I would rather strike a deal with a communist over a jihadi, right? These are men without honor.
Correct.
They're only as good. Right? Our deal's only as good as the man who writes it. Okay, so I trust these guys very, very little. So can I put out there how this could go bad.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right. So we know they took down one of our F-18s. They still have some anti-air. So I'm thinking, worst case scenario, they're buying time to bring in assets from Russia or China, and they're going to harden their infrastructure, their power plants, their bridges, what have you. And then when 2 weeks is up, they fly a salvo and blow up 3 or 4 tankers that are in the straits. Of course, Trump's going to respond to that. And then our flyboys are going to be in danger, trying to go after these targets. They know we're coming, we know we're coming, and they've hardened them because they've had 2 weeks. That's the worst case scenario I can see. I hope it doesn't happen, but I want to get your thoughts on that.
You could very well be right. But I don't trust anyone outside of the administration. That's what I don't trust. I don't trust anyone outside of the administration. And the people that have been kicked out of the administration, I believe that's probably who leaked the crap about our plane and our pilot that was down. I don't know if Trump agrees to this stuff or he just lets them put the stuff out there and then lets the world see how corrupt they are, that they go back on their own crap. That's what I think happens. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a surprising weakness of Trump with being, in the business world for so long. You would think he would have top-notch judge of character. And then you would think he would be weak in foreign affairs, given the fact he's never been in politics before. But his first term gave us the exact opposite. His foreign relations were fantastic, probably the best of our lifetime. And that was supposed to be a weak area. Where he should have been strong, which would have been character judgment, didn't do so well. A little bit better in the second term, but we already we've lost a few people out of this administration. And to be honest, I'm happy about it. I've been calling for Pam Bondi's head ever since the binder incident.
I could see that. Yeah. I think the binder incident was so just ugly. I think it was a joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are loyal to him, independent creators, independent media, and they made him look like fools. I'd be ticked if I was them, not at Trump, at Bondi, of course.
Let me ask you
there's a big disconnect between those two. Shoot.
Let me ask you this. So you and I both served submarines, ballistic missile submarines, and a lot of people I don't understand, or a lot of people I believe don't understand the whole reasoning behind a ballistic missile submarine. It is a loaded insurance policy at our adversaries. And I believe right now we have a loaded insurance policy in the Middle East right now. That's kind of what I think. And I think there is a loaded firearm pointed at Iran. But another caller earlier said there was basically a split. There's the Iranian people and there's the IRGC. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think if we could leverage one against the other, maybe that's how we do it.
It's like trying to separate Hamas from the people of Palestine. It's damn near impossible. They interweave themselves. They use their people as a meat shield. Again, like I said, these are men without honor. So it's very difficult to tackle stateless governments, and to anyone who says this war is illegal, it fits. And if anyone tries to argue that point with you, Ben, let me give you your ammo and put a round in the chamber.
Let's hear it.
September 19, 2001, Congress passed 530 to 1, excuse me. The authorized use of military force, September 19, 2001, that started the war on terror.
Right.
One person voted against it, Democrat Barbara Lee out of California.
That's right.
Was concerned that it gave the president too broad a power. And you know what? She's probably right. Now, the State Department designates FTOs, foreign terrorist organizations, of which Trump did in 2017 in his first term. The IRGC is the first governmental agency that was designated as an FTO. So we are cleared hot. This war is perfectly legal.
I agree because of the designation as a terrorist organization.
Exactly.
1,000%.
And same thing in Venezuela. The boats, those drug cartels were designated as FTOs a few weeks before we started firing on them. All of this is perfect. I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of people dying, but it is perfectly legal, whether you like it or not. And the only people that have the power to stop it are the FTOs or Congress. And Congress will listen, Ben. You, me, our children, our grandchildren will live long lives and die before the war on terror ends.
It is
Because
an
Congress will never
ideology.
stop it.
Yep.
Congress will never unauthorize it. But too much money involved.
And I think the ideology with terrorism is now beginning to take root here even deeper with the Democrat ideology. The Democrat ideology is, I don't know if you could separate the two right now. I don't know if you can.
No, you can't, because if there's any halfway decent Democrat out there, they're leaving the party. Kristen Sinema, Joe Manchin, RFK, Tulsi. I mean, there are still 90s Democrats out there. Hell, we both voted for one, put him in as a Republican.
That's true.
They're like, Trump's spending too much money. I was like, well, it's because he's not a conservative. He's not a fiscal conservative. He's a 90s Democrat who hasn't gone crazy.
That has still has a level of sanity. Thank you for, hey, let me show you this. This is my last boat right here. My last one was the Carter, was my last one.
You were on the Jimmy Carter?
Yes, I was.
Subdevron
5. Subdevron 5.
The USS Jimmy Carter, he hasn't mentioned it yet. I've never heard you say that, but for everyone out there, the USS Jimmy Carter, that is the SEAL Team 6 of the submarine force. Okay, that's where we put the all-stars.
I was on the Carter for the better part of 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. My last boat, Subdevron 5. And I worked in the little middle part is where I worked at.
Gotcha. Where, what did you retire as?
I was just an enlisted puke. I'll leave it at that. Just enlisted puke.
Fair enough. No worries, man.
I don't like to get into it. You and I'll touch base offline. We were probably the same thing. And, I had a great career, but I feel like a lot of these military guys on certain channels, they get into these measuring contests, and I'm just like, you know what? I've got a blue ID card, and that's all I need. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I love my retirement check. But yeah, my last boat was a Carter. I was Subdevron 5 up in Bangor, Washington for the last 2.5, 3 years before I retired. And we did stuff on the Carter that I still don't believe. Stargate.
Well, my last two boats were GNs, and it's stuff people write books about.
Hey,
leave it at that.
Here's one for you. A literal book. It's called Go Big Red. It was about the USS Nebraska, right? I'm sure you've probably seen the book.
No, actually I haven't heard it.
I took all the photos for that book.
No kidding. I'll check it out.
We had a Time magazine guy. His name was Douglas Waller. He came and wrote us for an entire patrol, and I took all the photos for the book. I'll bring it up here in a second. You take care, man.
You want me to one up you real quick?
Let's hear it.
I've already taken up too much time. I've taken up too much time. Thanks for
Hey,
the talk,
have you got one of these? Have you got one of these?
I'm audio only right now.
Oh, nice little Trump challenge coin. Have you got one of them?
No, my highest challenge coin was from the CNO, Mark Mullen.
And I've got my Trump autograph hat back there. I was in the Oval Office once. There you go. You guys take care.
Yeah, you too.
Appreciate you calling. Always a pleasure to speak to a bubblehead, even if he was a damn nuke. Even if he was a damn nuke. Let me pull up this. I took all the photos for this book. Go Big Red, Douglas Wall. If you want to know what it's like, what life is like on a submarine, go buy this book right. Go buy this book right here. Let's see here. Go buy that book right there. Let me see if I can remove that. Go buy that book. Go Big Red. 3 months on board a Trident nuclear submarine. All the photos inside, I took these photos inside of this book. Go Big Red, Douglas Waller. He was a retired Army something officer, something like that. There you go. If you want to know what it's like to be on a Trident submarine for the better part of 3 months, go buy that book. Very interesting. Very interesting. I got a copy around here somewhere. Let's see here. Ben, I love you. I'm worried about what we are going to do with the politics. I don't know what that means. No idea what that means. Let's go here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Line 1. What do you got, line 1?
Hey, Ben, it's Tina from Michigan.
Good evening, Tina.
Hi, how you doing? 3 things. 1, we are not privy, like you said, to what's going on behind closed doors.
I'm glad we're not.
2, exactly. 2, we don't know what's going on in President Trump's head. And 3, Iran cannot keep that uranium.
I am going to agree with everything you said. You sound like a smart woman. I know your husband never tells you that.
I'm not married.
Well, nobody tells you that then. No. Thank you for calling.
No, it's
I
okay.
agree with everything you just said. God bless you.
Thanks.
Let's go. Looks like a Florida number. What do we got, Florida?
Hi.
Go right ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought I was watching the TV. Okay. I've got something to say. What do you think about the fact that this is not all about Iran? It's about the British Empire. This is taking down, the one world order.
British Empire. Okay, I didn't have it. I didn't have British Empire on my. Well, here's the thing. Britain's not really helping us right now.
Exactly. The NATO's not helping us. But the British Empire, they get all their oil from Iran.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. British Empire. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Hey, Ben, this is DJ Laser from Arizona. How are you doing today?
Amazing. What are you calling about? What would you like to say?
Well, we're talking about the boots on the ground.
Sure.
For the uranium. Unfortunately, we are going to have to put them in there. Whether it's a small contingency force to get it out. The question is, how long are they going to be? What kind of support they're going to have? I don't know the exact plans of how they're going to pull it out, but we're definitely going to have to send somebody in there to get it out.
God bless you. Thank you for calling. You very well could be right. Very well could be right. I got to share this with you. This one blew my mind. I don't know what's happened to this guy other than too much something. I don't know what the hell's going on with this guy. I really don't. Let me know in the chat what you think about Barnes Law and Alex. More chapters, $20 super chat for Bibles or how you see it. Thank you very much. Oh, the story I was going to tell you real quick. I picked up this box today, had about 10 Bibles in it. And while I was there, I had to go up front to the lady. This lady works up front. She's got 2 kids. And she said, "What are all these boxes?" Because I go and get boxes and mail stuff almost daily. She said, "What are all these boxes?" She knows I've got a YouTube channel. I was like, "I got some Bibles." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, Bibles." She's like, "What are you doing with all these Bibles?" I was like, "I'm mailing them to veterans. People donate them. I'm giving them to members on my channel." And she said, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "I've got 2 kids that have been wanting me to buy them a Bible." And I said, "Well, don't buy them a Bible. Here." So I gave the lady at the post office 2 Bibles for her kids. She got 2 kids, both under, I think she said they're not quite teenagers, but they wanted a Bible. And I don't know. I want to say thank you to Steve that sent me a bunch of Bibles. 2 of them went to a lady at the post office, her children. So there you go. You're touching lives and you don't even know about it. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. It was nice to be able to do that for that lady. You know what I mean? It was nice.
Existential threat. How do we 25th Amendment is asked?
The problem is to get the 25th Amendment is harder than impeachment. You have to get 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate.
So what do we do?
Tackle Trump and pretend, let him pretend he's president and publicly report that he's going through a health issue and Vance take over. It literally needs to be something like that. It's that bad.
I've known you a long time. You've never called for a internal coup before.
Ever. But that's how dangerous this is. That's how risky it is for the whole
Yeah, if I was the Democrats, I'd stop poking Trump and messing with him. That only makes it worse. Like, you guys need to watch out. This isn't a guy acting like he's crazy. This is real.
Well, what's there going to be to take over in 2026 or 2028 if this hits the fan? If we get it, he's threatening an extinction level event for the people of Iran tomorrow. Does nobody think there'll be any blowback from that? If he follows through on that, the whole world is screwed.
You were saying during the break, there's other ways to do this. People need to not just tell them the truth, like Susie Walsh said. It's time to just not. I mean, say what you just said.
Yeah, well, legally and constitutionally, the vice president is an independent elected official. The same as legally and constitutionally, the only oath any member of the military takes, any member of the State Department takes, any member of the intelligence.
Does it sound like Alex Jones is calling for a coup? Does it sound like that? Did I hear that wrong? Because that's the way it sounded to me. And I wear hearing aids, so maybe I didn't hear it correctly. Maybe I heard that wrong. Yes, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Did he call for a coup? I don't understand why, how, or when Alex Jones flipped. I can't figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a favor. I don't ask a whole lot. I really don't. If you can help the channel out and help me do what I do, do that. But I want to show you here. You can follow me on X, I believe is what we call this platform now. I believe we call it X now. Let's see here. I think, nope, I had the right size there. I thought I had the right size. There we go. That's the right size. We're streaming on X. Somebody just bought me some coffees. Somebody just bought me some free coffees. Thank you so much. If you want to buy me a coffee, you can do that. I could always use another cup of Joe. And that's a good way to help me fund a lot of the stuff I do here on the channel. But the big thing is following me on X. Follow me on X at Navy Vet. And if you don't know what kind of kidney I had to trade to get that X account, I did some wheeling and dealing with Elon for that one. I'll just tell you. But you can follow me on X. Thank you for buying me the coffees. I really appreciate it. And I put a lot of stuff on there. I troll the hell out of the left as much as I possibly can. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. And for those of you that saw the other night, Robert Morris out of Kentucky sent me some 8-tracks, and I was jamming in it today in my Sparkomatic 8-track player, and I was listening to little Aqualung, Jethro Tull. And I'll say this, the greatest guitarist to ever live was Roy Clark. You can argue with me in the chat, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. The greatest guitarist to ever pick up anything with strings, Roy Clark. Prove me wrong. And here we go. Man accused of bringing 100 rounds of ammo to Houston church. That's a good way to meet your maker. That's a great way to meet your maker. But there you go. Yeah, a little Aqualung is what I was listening to. Snot is running down his face. Here's the wheeling and dealing, America First. Aqualung is the best album of Jethro Tull. I saw Jethro Tull live. This is a fantastic album. And I've got a bunch of 8-tracks to listen to now. I love them. It's my jam. And if you notice something else here with my truck, I got an ashtray, baby, and a cigar lighter. Thick as a brick. Sound of the wood is sounds from the wood. Sounds of the wood. is a great album. There you go. If you know, you know. So there you go. Great show for a Tuesday. I trust no one's disloyal to Trump. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Here's another one for you. This will make you happy. Oil futures down to $94. Huge win that happened. Old tracks, old music. Absolutely. Let's go right here. This was their plan all along. You know it as well as I do. You know it as well as I do. That this was the damn plan the entire time.
The Democrat open borders plan to entrench single-party rule, explained in under 2 minutes. 1. Flood the country with untold millions of illegals by land, sea, and air from all over the world, enough to eclipse the populations of 36 individual U.S. states so far. 2. Prioritize the needs of these millions of non-citizens over the needs of the American citizen, with free flights, buses, hotels, meals, and phones, ensuring their loyalty to the political party that imported them. 3. Keep them in the country at all costs, even when they commit violent crime like murder and rape. Attack the language used to describe the criminals, as opposed to the criminals themselves. Slander critics as racist. 4. Ensure their privileges are made irrevocable with city and state sanctuary laws that act as population magnets. Codify permanent status and ensure non-cooperation with ICE. 5. Count the non-citizens in the census that will determine congressional apportionment in the House of Representatives. As of now, that would equal 13 extra congressional districts, a tremendous amount of electoral power. 6. Wage a massive, heavily funded lawfare campaign to change state voting laws that legalize mass mail-in ballots, no signature verification, and no proof of citizenship requirements, making it nearly impossible to prove voter fraud. 7. Lock in the permanent voting majority with campaign promises of lavish benefits and permanent privileges, enshrining generational fealty to the Democrat Party. 8. Win elections. 9. Entrenched single-party rule has been achieved. The best part? Your tax dollars are paying for it.
Your tax dollars are paying for it. When's the last time you heard anybody talk about the SAVE Act? Is Iran the distraction from the SAVE Act that the Democrat Party needs? Was Joe Kent a paid shill to be the distraction? Could that be the actual distraction that the Democrat Party needed to make it all happen? Because nobody is talking about the SAVE Act. Nobody. I'll put that here. This is happening. I'll put the link to that video in my X account right now. You can go follow me and share that. But I believe no one is talking about the SAVE Act, and this could all be a plan. It could all be planned. Rahm Emanuel, never let a crisis go to waste. Brother or sister or whoever said that, I think you're right. I think you're 1,000% right. You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling nice tonight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I am going to, I might regret this. I might regret it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to unban 5 trolls. 5 trolls just got unbanned. There we go. Based. Lines are closed for the night. I would appreciate it if you join the channel as a member right here. Join the channel right there. Join the channel. And With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to do one last one for everybody.
And can an amen and a boom shakalaka go right there?
Guys, gals, girls, you guys take care. See you in the next one.